is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
First reading. A reading from the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verses 1 to 2, 9 to 11, and 16 to 20. In the 3rd month after their departure from the land of Egypt, on its first day, the children of Israel came to the desert of Sinai. After the journey from Rephidim to the desert of Sinai, they pitched camp. While Israel was encamped here in front of the mountain, the Lord told Moses, I am coming to you in a dense cloud, so that when the people hear me speaking with you, they may always have faith in you also. When Moses then had reported to the Lord the response of the people, the Lord added, Go to the people and have them sanctify themselves today and tomorrow. Make them wash their garments and be ready for the 3rd day. For on the 3rd day, the Lord will come down on Mount Sinai before the eyes of all the people. On the morning of the 3rd day, there were peals of thunder and lightning, and a heavy cloud over the mountain, and a very loud trumpet blast, so that all the people in the camp trembled. But Moses led the people out of the camp to meet God, and they stationed themselves at the foot of the mountain. Mount Sinai was all wrapped in smoke, for the Lord came down upon it in a fire. The smoke rose from it as though from a furnace, and the whole mountain trembled violently. The trumpet blast grew louder and louder while Moses was speaking, and God answering him with thunder. When the Lord came down to the top of Mount Sinai, he summoned Moses to the top of the mountain. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 13, verses 10 to 17. The disciples approached Jesus and said, Why do you speak to the crowd in parables? He said to them in reply, Because knowledge of the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven has been granted to you, but to them it has not been granted. To anyone who has, more will be given, and he will grow rich. From anyone who has not, even what he has will be taken away. This is why I speak to them in parables, because they look but do not see, and hear but do not listen or understand. Isaiah's prophecy is fulfilled in them, which says, You shall indeed hear but not understand. You shall indeed look but never see. Gross is the heart of this people. They will hardly hear with their ears. They have closed their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and be converted, and I heal them. But blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear. Amen, I say to you. Many prophets and righteous people longed to see what you see, but did not see it, and to hear what you hear, but did not hear it. This is the gospel of the Lord.
Good morning. Once again, dear brothers and sisters, we are with a new day. We enjoy a new day. Therefore, Jesus' words would certainly enlighten our path as we are going to enjoy a new day. Surrender yourself. Place yourself in the divine hands of our good Lord, and He will take you where He wants during this day. Believe in Him. My dear brothers and sisters, we too have a good news. As Jesus said to His disciples, Jesus said His disciples have been given the privilege to understand the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. What a blessing, what a grace, what a calling His disciples have got, dear brothers and sisters. And they have got the privilege of being given the opportunity or rather privilege to understand the mysteries. My dear brothers and sisters, consider the gratitude you can have for the gift of understanding and the depth of God's revelation to you. And you might ask how this revelation comes to you and me. Dear brothers and sisters, God reveals Himself through the Word. Now early in the morning you hear the Word, the divine Word, Jesus' words. So one of the powerful ways of His revelation to us, His Word and His sacraments. Dear brothers and sisters, Jesus reveals to us through our brothers and sisters, our own parents, our own neighbors. And Jesus reveals to us, God reveals to us through this beautiful creation. And therefore we need to be constantly grateful to Him, for He has chosen you and me as Jesus chose His disciples to reveal God's mysteries of the kingdom. Also, my dear brothers and sisters, another important thing that we should always keep in mind. People can become so dull, so lethargic, and so passive in their way of dealing and working. Dear brothers and sisters, and the people can become heavy and then also can become blunt in mind and prejudiced, that when God's truth come to them, they cannot see it. When God reveals to us through various ways, sometimes we are not aware of those revelations, God's powerful revelations. My dear brothers and sisters, it is not God's fault. Sometimes we find fault with God. We blame God. And dear brothers and sisters, people have become so mentally lazy and so blinded by prejudice and so unwilling to see anything they don't want to see, that the results is that they have become incapable of assimilating God's truth. There are some barriers, dear brothers and sisters, for us to see God in His ways and means of revelation. One of the barriers is the pride, which does not know that a person needs to learn. And the other barrier, dear brothers and sisters, is that it can be the result, barrier can be the result of the fear of new truth. We are not open for new things, new truth. This day, new day is given for us to go in search of new knowledge, new truth. But some people resist. They don't like for new truth and refusal of adventure on the ways of the Lord. Dear brothers and sisters, therefore, let us open our eyes and open our ears to see the mighty works and His revelation in various ways that we come across. Have a blessed day. May God bless you.